Hello and welcome. Today, Licensing Basics Academy, we're going to talk about step number 4, marketing. Getting the attention of the right people at the right time. Let's get started. The product sell sheet. This is the very first thing when it comes to marketing your product. The product sell sheet. A one-page product sell sheet is used to attract attention. The sell sheet should contain a full color picture of the product, an attention-getting one-liner headline, a short description of the product, and a list of the product's most attractive benefits in addition to your contact information. Get attention fast. It is found that the average human has an attention span of only 8 seconds. How can you make them interested in your product idea in that amount of time? The answer is keep it short and sweet. If your product sell sheet takes more than 8 seconds to understand, you might have a problem. Get to the point. To talk about how to get to the point, we're going to discuss highway billboards. Think of your product sell sheet like a billboard that you would see on the side of a highway. Cars are passing it at over 65 miles an hour. Do you think they have more than 8 seconds to read and understand the billboard while they're driving at those speeds? Probably not. So we're going to take a test. I'm going to click through 4 billboard pictures and only give you 1 second to see each of them. I want to see if they did their job and if you can recall the message that they are portraying. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, how do you think you did? Do you remember what they were trying to promote? Well, let's take a look. So the first one is obviously weight loss. Second one is talking about tailgating. Third, teeth cleaning and whitening. Fourth is quitting smoking. So sell sheets, the reason I wanted to bring that up is because sell sheets can be similar to billboards. However, unlike billboards, people do have a little more time than 8 seconds to go over a sell sheet. But we want to keep billboards in mind when we're creating it. We want to keep things simple, precise, and keep them interesting. So I'm going to talk about the different elements of a sell sheet so you have an idea of how to create one. The first thing to consider is the one-liner. The one-liner is probably the most important part about the sell sheet. It's a statement that is used to pique someone's interest about the product without giving them so much information that it suppresses their appetite. And what I mean by that is you want to give them enough information to be interested, but if you give them too much information all at once, then they might assume they understand the product and they might move on and lose interest. So you want to keep it somewhat mysterious. Second, product name and logo. Most inventors are very proud of their product and their logos, and so they want this to be the largest part of the sell sheet. That's a big mistake, unless the logo and the product name is descriptive and it helps describe the product. If that's the case, then it can be larger because it's describing the product. In this case, 3D liquid art is describing the product. So I do have it larger in this. Typically, the logo would not be this large. The third element is what we call the beauty shot. That's the best picture of your product. You're going to be showcasing your product in this picture, and so you want the best picture that you can have of your product. The description, you want to keep it short. In my description, it reads, an artistic product that uses magic of surface tension to enable users to create a three-dimensional masterpiece with only colored water. It's pretty short and fairly descriptive. Next, we're going to talk about bullet point benefits. These are additional benefits of your product. Typically, we want between 2 and 6 additional benefits and try to keep them under 8 words. Product video. So the product video is going to be a clickable link to an unlisted YouTube video. And finally, contact info. Your basic contact info to be able to get a hold of you. You also see patent pending really small in the right hand corner. If your product, assuming that your product is patent pending, you want to put that on your sell sheet. Don't make it big. It doesn't need to be big. If you make it too big, then you just seem like you're fearful, and just keep it small. You could put additional picture. Typically on a sell sheet, you could have 1 to 3 pictures. Sometimes we will have what's called a storyboard. So we'll have 3 pictures showing how the product is used. If it's just a product that you don't need to show storyboard, then 1 to 2 pictures is sufficient. The one-liner. As I stated before, this is one of the most important parts. I'm going to teach you how to create a one-liner. So instantly make a company want your product. We have the inventor, and we have a product, and we have the company. So what is a one-liner? It is the one sentence that you use to explain your product. So basically, it's the elevator pitch. How long should my one-liner be? Well, in my opinion, the most powerful one-liners are between 6 and 10 words and should never be over 15 words long. You do not want a really long one-liner. Shorter the better. What's the purpose of the one-liner? Well, obviously, the purpose is to pique someone's interest without suppressing their appetite. As I stated before, you want to make them interested in your product, but not give them so much information that they don't want to hear more. You want them asking questions about your product after they hear your one-liner. Describe the main benefit. So the one-liner should describe your product's main benefit. It could describe more than one benefit, but most of the time it describes that one main benefit. Some examples are faster, better, cheaper, smaller, and easier. So your product could be described as a faster way of doing something, a better way, a cheaper alternative, a smaller and easier. So these are some descriptive benefits that could be used in your 1 cent benefit statement. One misconception is people like to add features to their one-liner. So features are factual statements about a product. Benefits answer the question, what's in it for me? Benefits are used to sell. Features are used to describe. So here's an example. This is not something that I created, but I found it online and found it quite useful. So we have Diet Coke here, and a feature of Diet Coke is low calorie. That's a fact. The benefit of Diet Coke is look better than that nice lady from accounting at the end of the year party. So the benefit is to look better. The feature is low calorie. 2 main elements of a one-liner. Intrigue, you want to make them interested. Mystery, you want there to be some confusion, slightly. And if you put intrigue and mystery together, you're going to definitely get interest. The 2 questions. What is the most interesting benefit of your product? This is something you're going to need to ask yourself. Is there any mystery in your statement that makes people ask questions? Remember, if they're not asking questions, they're probably not interested. If you're able to intrigue someone and create some mystery, then people will naturally be interested in what and want to know more. Curiosity is king. So let's read this. Holds 1,000 songs in your pocket. This is a very famous one-liner. So let's think about that from a logic standpoint. 1,000 songs. So maybe we're thinking that they're on CDs in your pocket. It's a little mysterious. And the reason it's a little more mysterious is because when the iPod came out, the main way of holding songs was on CDs. MP3 players were relatively new, and not a lot of people knew about them or had them. And so when the iPod came out and Steve Jobs used the one-liner, holds 1,000 songs in your pocket, it was a bit mysterious. Nowadays, when you say it, it's less mysterious because everybody's got iPhones and smartphones that hold a lot of music, so it's not as mysterious. But at the time, it was very mysterious, which was very intriguing. Here's another one. Add 75% more information to a label. So if you think about a label, and it's printed 360 degrees around, how do you add 75% more information to it? It's a little mysterious. Spin label technologies. So add 75% more information to a label. So it's got a rotating label that basically a stationary label underneath and a rotating label on the top with a window that you can see through the top layer down to the second layer. Therefore, creating 75% more information to a label. Create three-dimensional images from water. Yes, you may have guessed it. This is my product. Create three-dimensional images from water. So when I told potential licensees this particular one-liner, it caught them off guard. They were very intrigued by how that was even possible. And it opened the door for me to pitch my sell sheet, which ended in multiple licensing deals. How to create the one-liner. So now I'm going to walk through what the process is of creating a one-liner. So here we have a random product. We have these plastic ice cubes. If I was going to create a one-liner from these ice cubes, what I would basically do is start out with a list of benefits. So first benefit would be stays cold longer, conserves water, no ice tray needed, never waters down drinks, never breaks, never melts away. So there's my list of benefits. From those benefits, I need to create the one-liner. So as you can see, ice cubes that stay cold longer and never melt away. I was able to use two of my benefits to create the one-liner. Ice cubes that stay cold longer and never melt away. So it gives you two benefits, and it also gives you a little bit of mystery. Because if you've heard this for the first time, you're probably thinking, how does an ice cube never melt away? So it asks the question, and that's what gets the interest. How to use your one-liner. There are many ways to use a good one-liner to attract the attention of potential licensees. For some examples, you could ask, so if someone asks you to describe your product, this is the elevator pitch. You would describe your product this way. You don't want to start off with a whole story about your product. You want to be able to be precise and just spit out the one-liner. You could use it in the subject line of an email. This gets attention. It's the first thing people see when they look at an email, and if it's captivating, intriguing, and mysterious, then they're going to take a look at your email and most likely email you back. Over the phone with potential licensees. So if you're calling a potential licensee and they ask what your product is, instead of giving them a long-winded answer, just tell them your one-liner. If you leave a message with a potential licensee, typically I don't recommend this, leaving messages. You want to try to get a hold of live people. But if you have to, then I recommend using your one-liner as bait. And I'll explain more about that. In fact, I'm going to explain more about it right now. The carrot technique. So using bait. If you must leave a message, meaning a voicemail or an email, let's talk about how you could do that. So this first example is, I am a product developer with a product that I think you will like. Do you accept product submissions? Now, if this was on an email or if it was on a voicemail, what do you think the chances are of them returning your email or your call? It doesn't provide much mystery. It doesn't give them much reason to call you back. There's nothing in it for them. Or you could say something like this, or email something like this. I am a product developer. I developed an ice cube that stays cold longer and never melts away. With your permission, I would love to send you more information about this product for your review. Now, which one do you think is going to get the return call or the return email? Most likely the second one, right? Marketing video. So let's face it, most people prefer to watch a video than to look at a publication. This is why YouTube has become so popular. For this reason, adding a product video to your sales sheet can be very powerful. So when adding a video to your sales sheet, there's 3 types of videos that you could do. First one is a demo video. Second one is what we call an infomercial video. And the third one would be a slideshow with voiceover video. So to describe the 3 of them, first off, the demo video. The demo video is a video that could show your product in use and give some general info about it. Now, this could be a video of you simply handling your product and showing how it's used and giving some quick benefits about your product. It could be as simple as that. Infomercial video. So this type of video has a similar format to the infomercials that you see on TV. They normally show a problem and the product that you're selling is the solution. And usually the problem is in black and white. Slideshow with voiceover. This is just how it sounds. You have a bunch of pictures that are shown during a voiceover describing the product. They're probably the easiest to create, but the least effective. How long should the video be? So typically your video should be under 60 seconds. Sometimes that's pretty hard to do, but you got to keep in mind you want to keep it simple and you want to keep it quick and respect the potential licensee's time. They don't have time to watch a 5-minute video. So if it's longer than 60 seconds, you're probably going to lose interest. So keep it short. So how to create a video. I recommend you filming the video yourself. It doesn't have to be a professional production to be effective. Most smartphones are capable of recording a quality video. One thing to note, if you are recording with your smartphone, make sure you have it in landscape mode. So just like the picture, you have your phone tilted to the side. If you don't, when you go to format it, you're going to have these black lines on the side of your video and it's not going to look very good. So keep the camera or keep the phone sideways in landscape mode while you're recording. Video editing. So there are many options when it comes time to to edit your videos. Some software is free, some charge a one-time fee, and others bill you monthly. You can create and edit videos on your smartphone or computer. Many smartphones have free apps that you can use to create a good video. I recommend doing some research on the best one for your needs. Video uploading tips. Always upload your videos as unlisted, never public. Unlisted videos can only be viewed by someone that has the special link to the video. Public videos, however, can be viewed by anyone on YouTube. Private videos are not recommended because they make it hard for potential licensees to access and watch the video. So here's an example of how you would upload a video. So you go onto YouTube, assuming that you have an account. And if you don't have an account, it's pretty easy to set one up. On the right hand side, you see that little arrow with a line under it. That is the upload icon. Once you get the upload icon, you're going to get to a screen to actually upload the video. So assuming that you have the video finished on your computer, you're going to click upload, and from the drop down menu you're going to want to make sure you have it as unlisted. This is very important. Now that your video is starting to upload, you can add in the description, you can add in the name of the video, and you can also double check and make sure your video is unlisted if you did not do so on the previous page. On the left hand side, you see the actual link to your video. You will want to copy that and keep it for your records, because that is the link that will be specific to your video. So only someone with that link can watch your video. That link is also going to be put on your sell sheet as a clickable link so that they can click on that icon and be taken directly to the YouTube video. So coming up next, we have step number 5, the protection. Learn how to protect your product. Thanks for watching.